Welcome to the unboxing
That's boring. You're boring everybody. Quit boring everyone.
of my Squier Sonic single coil Mustang in an old man's brownie type colour. This has been shipped from the Thomann Germans to me in the UK, and I only made this unboxing video in case there was any transit damage or there were any manufacturing faults. However, maybe someone might like to watch it and hear my initial thoughts on the Mustang, because it can't be any worse than watching James May in the Dull Men's Club. So here we go. Well, what can I say? It's a nice box. It's a very nice box. This was my first experience with Thomann, and I must say they've done a cracking job. No problems with them whatsoever. Use them anytime. Danger alert, old bloke with a knife. Let's speed up the boring parts. Maybe now's a good time to talk about some basic specs. Well, it's got a 24-inch scale, which is the main reason why I bought it, and it's also got a 9.5-inch radius. It's got a thin, lightweight popular body, which to me looks like it's a single piece, but I could be wrong. And it's got a slim C-shaped maple neck and a maple fingerboard. It's got a synthetic bone nut, which I believe's melamine. And there's a label warning that if you're going to use this guitar in California, you may well become sterile and get cancer. How weird is that? Well, the synthetic bone nut has been perfectly set up. If anything, it's too perfect, as there's very little allowance should there be much slot wear take place. I believe it's made of melamine, or melamine, which is supposedly self-lubricating, but it's still generally recommended that you add a small amount of lubricant in the string slots, usually in the form of graphite. Out of the box, the necks had too much relief, but this was easily sorted. I did notice, though, that there seemed to be a large neutral zone between the tightening and loosening of the nut. The bridge and saddles were pretty smooth and comfortable. It's got a single ply pick guard, which is actually quite thick and doesn't look nasty. It's quite soft and scratchy though. But all the screws were driven in at 90 degrees with no skewed screw heads, unlike those on my Schecter when I first got that. It's fitted with 9-gauge uncoated strings, which are possibly made by D'Addario to Fender's specifications. The intonation was way out, and like most Fenders, it required the low E saddle spring to be fully compressed. I did the famous sock test on the fret ends using a pair of the wife's tights. Luckily there weren't any snags, but the wife did ask that next time maybe she could take them off first. However, despite having nice ends, the frets do need some levelling. But with a medium-high action, they're actually playable. But boy do they feel bad. It appears as if there's an oily, greasy coating, and it feels awful. They're so scratchy. I really don't think they're usable without doing a little work first. The knobs are hilarious. They look and feel as if they belong on an oven in a child's Wendy house. Maybe one day I'll put some better quality ones on. The freeway switch clunks like it's come from the dashboard of a 1965 Mini. I just had to do something about those frets. I'm not sure if you can actually see how grubby and minging these frets are. Particularly down the 20th fret, 21st, 22nd. That might be coming through. I really want to have some decent-ish frets while I get to grips with this little guitar. So I'm using a Music Nomad fret shield and some steel wool. I have taped off the pickup just to try and keep the steel wool magnetic particles getting onto it, because everybody will be screaming about that, no doubt. But it is my guitar, and I'm quite happy to do that. This is making a considerable difference. But obviously, later on, I'm going to fret level, recrown, and go through all this again, but not with wire wool. Be using the various grits. And then I'll be using the polishing wheel as well. Having learned everything I know from Guitar Quackery and his fantastic live stream show. He doesn't use firewall, but he works on other people's very expensive guitars and does a much better job. But I'll probably never use the pickups anyway, because I'll probably just play it unamped from listen to the acoustic notes, so everybody in the house doesn't have to listen to how crap I am. Anyway, I'll persevere with this because I'm sure it's very boring, and I'll be back. Well, I'm quite pleased with how they've come out. You can see they're a little bit more shiny than they were. They're quite shiny. Not totally smooth. They still need a proper polish, but they'll do for the time being. And if you check out the nuts, I've took a couple of the little edges off it, and a little bit graphite's been popped in there just to aid the lubrication. Right, let's put these strings back on, or tighten the strings back up, sorry, and we'll see if it's made a bit of a difference. Well, you can see how badly the frets need a proper polish, but at least now they're clean and shiny. The idea behind me getting this 24-inch scale Mustang was to see if it helped regards my injured thumb. It's very painful. It's actually the MCP joint, which is the second joint down from the thumb tip. I may make a follow-up video, but I can't believe how long this edit and video production takes. Hats off to all the YouTube content producers. It's taken me hours to produce this little crappy video. Anyway, please click like and subscribe if you want more. Till next time, stay safe. Bye.